of the Rabi season. So therefore, to ensure the proper that the sowing takes place properly, to ensure that the farmers get smooth supply of agricultural inputs like fertilizers and other items, the government has decided that, as you know, crop loans are sanctioned by the various banks subject to certain limits. Now it has been decided therefore by the government to permit the farmers to draw up to rupees 25,000 rupees per week against the crop loans sanctioned and credited to their accounts, subject to the limits, because the farmers, depending on their holding and which crop they are raising, they get various, there are limits up to which these loans are sanctioned. And this will also apply to the Kisan credit cards. So up to 25,000 rupees per week, the farmers can draw in cash. And these accounts have to be in the name of the concerned farmer. The accounts will have to be naturally KYC compliant. And as I said earlier, this will be subject to the loan limits. The second decision which has been taken by the government is that, as you know, the farmers go to the APMC markets or the agricultural mandis which we have in various parts of the country. And the agricultural producers marketing committees run these mandis. So farmers who sell their produce, agricultural produce of the last season, the Kharif season, who sell their produce in the mandis, and these produces are, as you know, purchased by the traders. So the government has decided that the payments which the farmers receive, either by way of check, which is deposited into the bank account of the farmer, or which is credited to by RTGS method into the bank account of the farmer. From that account, the farmers can draw up to 25,000 rupees per week. It has to be naturally from the farmer's own account. And let me also add that these accounts have to be KYC compliant. This is the second decision which the government has taken. So this will enable the farmers to have cash in their hands and to carry on with their normal agricultural activities in terms of purchasing inputs or in terms of purchasing seeds and their other requirements. The third decision that has been taken by the government is that, as you know, we have these APMC markets, mandis, as I mentioned. So the traders who are registered with the APMC markets, they will be permitted to draw rupees 50,000 per week. And like business entities, we have already, the government has permitted that business entities also are permitted to draw 50,000 rupees per week. So similarly, the registered traders with the APMC markets also will be permitted to draw 50,000 rupees per week, because they have various sundry cash requirements of payment of wages on a daily basis to the workers and other sundry expenses. So this will facilitate smooth procurement process in the mandis and will help the farmers to sell their produce without any difficulty. And these accounts of the traders, registered traders, naturally will have to be KYC compliant accounts. I would like to mention that all the cases where government is very particular that these accounts will have to be KYC compliant. The fourth decision is that relates to the crop insurance premium, the payment of crop insurance premium. Now the time limit, there is a certain time limit up to which the crop insurance can be paid. And the states fix various time limits for, depending on their local agricultural and farming conditions. So it has been decided therefore by Government of India that the time limit in all such cases of crop loan, that is payment of crop loan insurance premium, the time limit will be extended by 15 days, 15 days. This will help the farmers to sort of pay their crop insurance premium and avail the benefit of the crop insurance. The fifth point relates to the wedding ceremonies which are being conducted now. This is the wedding season, and representations have been received by the government, and the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Finance Minister also have got a number of representations from various sections. So this has been considered by the government, and it has been decided that the for marriage, for wedding ceremonies which are going on, up to 2.5 lakh rupees will be permitted to be drawn from the bank account. Now, naturally, again, these accounts will have to be KYC compliant accounts, and there has to be drawn one per marriage, and it can be drawn either from the account of the father or the mother, or the account of either of the, the boy or those who are getting married. And let me complete, please. And these accounts naturally will have to be subject to KYC. There has to be PAN details mentioned against the card, and a self-declaration also will be obtained that the money is being drawn only from one account, because it is possible that in a family there will be multiple accounts by the parents or by the son or by the daughter. So therefore, there will be a self-declaration, and it is our expectation that the people will adhere to this norm. People in our country are generally law-abiding, and our expectation, government's expectation, is that people will abide by this rule, by this condition. And but nonetheless, just to enforce and to implement it effectively, a self-declaration will be obtained. The sixth point which has been decided by the government is that, as you know, over-the-counter exchange of notes. Now let me make it very clear, I am only talking of over-the-counter exchange of old 500 and 1000 rupee notes in return for the new cash. I'm not referring to withdrawal from bank accounts. I repeat, I'm not referring to withdrawal from bank accounts. I'm only referring to exchange of notes, that is old 500 and 1000 rupee notes, to get the new notes. In those cases, we are to enable larger number of people to get the benefit of exchanging their notes. To enable larger number of people to get this benefit, it has been decided that with effect from tomorrow, that is 18th of November, the existing limit of 4,500 rupees will be reduced to rupees 2,000, and this will be permitted only once per person, once against one account, or once per person. So therefore, the indelible ink has been introduced, and this, we hope, will ensure that larger number of people are enabled to reach the counter to exchange their notes. And number 7, with regard to the central government employees up to Group C, including the equivalent levels in defense, in paramilitary forces, railways and central public sector enterprises, up to Group C, they will be given an option to draw salary advance up to rupees 10,000 in cash, and this salary advance will be adjusted against their November salary, and it is expected that this will relieve the pressure on the banks, the queues, the long queues, and the pressure which we have on the banks. So these are the operational guidelines, the decisions taken by the government relating to the operational aspects of the functioning of the banks, and the segment of banks which affect the farmers, and also other segments of society. So I would like to stop here. Thank you very much.